ladies and gentlemen, to Bahrain for the perfect lap of the Bahrain International Circuit. We're back with another hopefully thrilling video. As you can see here, we're at the Bahrain International Circuit for this perfect lap, or what I think is a certainly solid lap. Now, the whole point of this series, because it is a new series, and I just want to explain what it is. I'll probably explain this for the first 5 episodes or so. The whole point of this series is basically to show you guys not maybe the perfect lap, but a solid lap. A lap that you could be proud of if you, let's say, did it on the time trial, or even if you did it in your career mode. That's the whole point of this series. Okay, so I'm not saying, oh, this lap here that you're about to see is going to be the fastest lap you ever see on the game. No, of course it won't. But if you can also learn something from it, then that's the whole point of the lap. Now, also, it's going to be a bit of an education as well, to give you an insight on how to tackle this Bahrain circuit, not only in career mode, for anything, online, you know, time trial, or even multiplayer, or whatever you're using the Bahrain circuit for. It'll show you how to tackle this infamous circuit that's been on the calendar, I believe, since 2002, if I'm correct. So it's pretty, well, starting to have a long-standing history on the calendar. Anyway, we're today in the Ferrari. Last time we took the Williams and the Mercedes out for a spin. Today we're going to take the Ferrari out for a spin. And yeah, just a quick note before we get into this one. Just turns that I want you to look out for. Turns 2, 4, 9, 10, 12 and 15 are always turns you have to sort of look out for, you know, and I'll show you what I mean when we get to them. So, you know, we're actually at the start of the lap then here, turn 15, we've just gone through it. Treat that as one corner. I know that sounds daft, despite it may not look like one corner, but, you know, it's actually 2 turns, actually there. And if you open up the steering or get a bit too aggressive on the power, it can bite. Right, turn 1, again, another turn. Turn 2 though, another turn that you sort of want to be very easy on the power. Don't get too greedy on the power through turn 2. Again, another corner that will bite, trust me. Then turn 4, very easy to go wide, lock up, or run a little bit wide and get an invalid lap. Very, very easy. Through turns 5, 6. Very crucial turn 6, always fine for opening up turn 7, which gives you a good run down the hill into turn 8. Now, turn 8 needs a good launch up the hill here, of course, as you head into turn 9. Now, there's 2 lines actually here. You can take the wide line like I just did there, or I'm going to use a flashback quickly. Or you can take a more narrow line closer to the left-hand side, and that curvature like you do there for turn 10. And again, treat that as one corner, I always say. Try and make sure you treat that as one corner. Right, turn 11, up the hill. Now we're going in turn 11 through turn 12. Now, very easy to spin here. Don't do this. Don't get on the curb too much. I know it doesn't really look well, it looks a bit tempting to get on this curb. It can be. You want to get as close to it for sure, but don't ride it completely. You can very easily lose control of the car, and it does unsettle the car. Trust me on that one then. So, you know, turn 13, again, pretty easy. Just be careful of running out wide on the left. It's very easy to run out wide because the corner's quite narrow, quite honestly. And at a weird angle then. Again, final corner then is, again, just treat as one curb, or one corner, because it's very easy to spin. Now, going to go on a bit of a faster lap, just show you what it's like, some of these key corners that I'm referring to. So, obviously turn 1, as I say, get a good exit here. Take it very easy. Oh no, we've spun. Dear oh dear. As you can see, that's how, as I said, it's easy to spin. And this is just showing you the mistakes that can be made. But if you want to do it perfect, there you go. Easy. Be a bit more delicate on the power. And there you go. Again, turn 4. As you can see, gone a bit deep there. Very easy, run wide. Oh dear, that lap's invalid. As you can see, you know, very easy to run wide and go a bit deep, so make sure you get your braking zone just right here. And again, corner at a weird angle, you want to be braking about now. Get the car turned in, use third gear if you have to. Want to get a nice run, there you go, much better. Here, let's go a bit odd. Oh dear, that's a bit odd. As you can see, not a great line through there. Overall, I wouldn't have said. Let's try and make that a bit smoother. As you can see, through turn 6, a very key corner. Hook up turn 6, open up that turn, and that's a lot better. Even though we ran wide, still a lot better. Turn 8, very key to get up a good run of the hill. Not a bad run there. But anyway, here's the wide line. Gone a bit deep. Again, turn 10, always a tricky one, but nonetheless, still made the corner. Now let's try the narrow line, or the narrower line. A line I'm not a great fan of. And as you can see, there, pretty still good. Right, next turn 11. Obviously, again, not a corner I would say that's bad to take. I don't mind turn 11. Let's try turn 12. Oh dear. You see? But let's try that, obviously, in a bit of a better light. Just show you how to do it just right. Now, very, very easy. See, staying away from that curb on the right. And just making sure, take enough speed through the entire corner. Finally, going on to the final curb, or final corner. There you go. And you can see, very easy, lose the car. But if you just want to do it right, be careful on the power. Again. So right, we're going to back off here, and then we're going to go for a flying lap to show you everything in action. So, need a good exit out of here. Out of the final corner turn, 14 and 15. Very easy to lose the car as we now plough down the straight towards, obviously, hopefully a decent lap time in turn 1. Not bad turn 1, could have been a bit neater, but I'll take it for what it is. Open up the DRS here, as you can see, DRS nice and wide open, helping us gain a few miles per hour down the straight. Obviously, again, pretty nice. This time, keeping in gear 5, and just see, when you hook up turn 6, really does help with the rest of that section of track, as I was saying, really can help. Right, down the hill, very key to get turn 10, just right there, and we have got it spot on, more or less. I don't think you could really do any better, as you can see. Very, very good. Oh, gone a bit wide there, but that shouldn't be that bad. Bit of an error from myself. Went a bit deep. Ah! Right, this lap's sort of falling apart now, but we'll go again. As you can see, most part of the lap was pretty good, and see what lap time we produce, even though it's going to be invalid. I reckon it'll be still a solid lap time, 26 seconds up on our delta. It's going to be a 1:29.6. That's a solid lap, actually, even though we did corner cut a little bit. Right, let's go for it again. So this time a little bit down on the car in front. Right, quite some margin, of course. Now, also, when looking, just look at what gear I'm using. Like for this corner here, I'm using gear 2, and even for this corner here, I'm not braking to about there. This time you use that inside line, but again, you can sort of use whatever line you want. Do bear that in mind. It's up to how you feel comfortable, but just watch how many gear shifts I'm making. Look at the steering angles and all of that. That'll really help you. As an example of a decent lap around here. And there we go. That was a better turn that time, and should be up on our delta. As you can see, very, very good out of the final corner. Open up the DRS and across the line, and it's a 1:29.4. So yeah, there you go. That is then a decent lap overall, and you know it's 14,000 on the leaderboard. Like, still pretty good overall. Now it's just about finding marginals. So let's see how many marginal gains we can make in this lap. So we're up on our first split. So as you can see, just gaining 0.2 of a second just through, been a bit better on corner exit, and again just gaining a bit more through turn 10. Been a bit maybe more aggressive on the braking. And again, up the hill, losing a bit of time actually through there. And this time keeping in gear 4 for there. That's the better way to take that corner. And look, we're about half a second up, just under half a second actually, but still. And just out wide than there. And thing is, that lap now invalid also for the next lap, so it affects now your lap twice. Now, here, okay, I think track limits couldn't be any more black and white. The white line is the track limits. You go over that, as you saw, lap over. Again, sort of doing a similar thing. That time, got a bit loose through the corner. But literally, in my opinion, the track limits are black and white here. Which is good, obviously. I always would have said, you know, it's good to have that sort of consistency. You know where the track limits are. You don't have to, you know, fool about or faff about, you know, thinking, oh, where's the track limit here? I know where the track limit is. It's that white line, that first white line. If I go over that, 4 wheels across that, and I'm done for. And that's the thing. That's why I say it's very key to get your cornering right here. You really don't benefit through going off track here, especially not really in lap time wise. So it's just key to ever so much get that lap time in and get it right, and try and make sure you do the best job that's even possible to you for the time. And that's the key here, I think, to a bit of success, or to a good lap here. And, you know, that's the truth of the matter, really. And, you know, just try and keep the lap as clean as possible here. As we now power our way out of this corner, this time over half a second up now. Again, early on the power, half second improvement. It's going to be a 1:28, 1:28.9 then there. So pretty good improvement between our first and second lap, as you can see. And that puts us into 10,000 position. Now, obviously, in time trial, one of the biggest things, and any career mode, one of the biggest things that will benefit you, if you know how to set up the car correctly, is setup. So what we're going to do, we're going to take the fastest lap time, put on the best setup, and show you the difference between with and without a setup I don't know how that guy's done a 108. Clearly, he's cut some corners, I think, there, and Codemasters should look into that. You know, 126, so probably this is actually the fastest lap time, I'm going to say, but 108, geez, what has he done that on? 108. That's corner cutting, so there must be a bit of a glitch when that lap time was done, because no way. So that's impossible. A 128. I'm sorry. A 108. Sorry. A 126. Yeah, seems about maybe you could do that if you knew how, but you know, 108. Go away. So unless this help is, I don't know, gives you a car that can do 300 miles per hour down the straight, I have no idea how that 108 happened. But yeah. Overall setup though, fairly good actually, I'm not gonna lie. Feels pretty nice. Like, there must be a corner that you can cut, or a few corners. I know you can get away with going wide out. But 108, I don't know how you did that. Like, that is insane. But this time, a bit down actually, even though I felt setup feels good overall. I want to try that again. The setup did feel quite good there. Not gonna lie. No, I wanna. Yeah, I'm restarting that. That was a bit sloppy, should I say, through the first corner. But as you can see, you know, even though this circuit is a simple circuit, okay, I think in terms of its layout, of course, it ain't as maybe easy as it looks. There are corners in here that if you don't be careful, if you take one too many liberties, you can very much easily lose control of your car, and it is, trust me, very easy. Like, you know, I get caught out sometimes by, you know, all of these corners. I think I've at least spun once at each individual one of them. Like, they are difficult corners to master. Wait 1 minute, we went off track the last time there, yet you didn't penalise us. We went off track this time there. Okay, we gained a little bit of time, very, very marginal. You penalise us. Good one, Codemasters. But yeah, as I was saying, even though it is an easy circuit in essence and in looks, it's actually a lot more difficult when you want to put together a flying lap, you know, and even in the race, it can be a difficult circuit to master. It's not, by no means, make no error or mistake about it, by no means is this a circuit for the faint-hearted, and you know, that's my honest opinion about this circuit. It's a good circuit as well. It's an enjoyable one. You know, I could do laps around here, quite honestly, all day long, honestly. It's a very, very good circuit overall, you know, and one of Formula One's finest circuits. It's got to be. Like, you know, it is a good circuit overall. Like, you know, it's the flow of it. You do need a rhythm here. You know, if you get into a rhythm, it can reward you. It's not like a circuit where it's just down to car performance. You can, I think, make a difference through driver skill here. And turn 10, absolutely legend corner. I think it's got to be up there with one of my favourite corners on the calendar overall. So just trying to find a little bit more, because there is more in this, or in that lap that I did. Just trying to find that small margin for improvement. If we can improve on this lap, I'll call that a wrap. Let's see. No, I don't think we will. Or will we? No. Only just. That was close between us. Between my best and my worst. Alright. Let's see. Can we go a bit faster? We just need to keep the lap cleaner. That's all we need to do. But clearly, first sector, if you can find half a second, and there is time there to be won and to be halved. Right, this time we're 3/10 up on the lap on our PB, personal best. Up the hill then. Right, 2 times up. I think this should be the lap where we improve our lap time. Just a question or not whether or not we can hold on, and it looks like we can. It's going to be a further 2/10 improvement. It's a 1:28.676. So yeah, that's my personal best. 8,000. That puts me in the leaderboard. How many people have done that? I want to see quickly how many people have actually taken on the circuit of Shakir. And that puts us 55%. I'd say that's pretty much bang on average. 55%, top 55 percent overall out of 15,000. Yeah, that's more or less the middle of the leaderboard then there. So yeah, I do think maybe in a Mercedes we could improve. Let's go find out whether or not I'm telling the truth then there. Whether or not we could improve in a Mercedes, because that's the ultimate test really. Can you improve? And I always say, like, you know, the ultimate test is the Mercedes, so let's see whether or not we can improve. So, if we can, I reckon it's only going to be 2/10 here. I don't think it'll be much. Usually the difference in cars does balance itself out around this circuit. Obviously, we do know Mercedes is quicker in the corners, so we're going to take the quickest Mercedes setup that obviously doesn't use really assists, or too many. So 1:16 is the quickest, funny enough, which is insane still. That's pretty quick, pretty damn quick, in all honesty. But that's the quickest, as it currently stands. Let's see how fast we can go in the Mercedes, and let's see whether or not Mercedes is quicker according to Codemasters around this circuit as well. And even before we've got to the first corner really, we're already 3/10 up, but we've sort of lost that now, that advantage. But that's insane, 3/10 in one corner, jeez. Now, not enjoying the setup overall. I feel like the car's easier to drive. But then, is that the Mercedes characteristic, or is it the setup characteristic? And, you know, I don't know. Right now, I'm not enjoying myself. The setup feels a bit odd for me, and just seeing off circuit. We'll give it 2 laps, by the way. So, 2 attempts. Effectively, we're going to give the Mercedes. Yeah, you know, if it can do it, fair enough. Right, not going to do it on the first lap. 2 attempts down though, not a bad start, I guess. More or less matching what we did in the Ferrari on the first flying lap. The only difference is the way this thing got that time. So this time we're a 10th up as we come out of the first section or sequence of corners. Down the hill. Even though now I'm feeling the car a bit better after a lap 1, 2 great through there, but still holding that advantage of 3 tenths. So 2 tenths right now of a second is the advantage. Then here. And get me 3 tenths of a second advantage, then 1:28.3. Not a bad lap in the Mercedes then, and that's now 5th out, and that's improved our position even more so than pretty good though. I must say, very weird how that car got its time. We gained we were gaining half a second on both laps in that first corner. One corner we gained in half a second. That's insane. Quite frankly, half a second in one corner. But anyway, that's been your sort of, I guess, tutorial or your, you know, perfect lap video of this circuit. So, you know, obviously, again, cars do make the difference. I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, Mercedes seems to be a bit OP in this game, in my opinion. But then the Mercedes have been pretty OP on all circuits this season anyway. So maybe it's a reflection of the truths. But, as I was saying, going back to the point I was originally making, as I was saying, that is more or less a good lap, a 1:28.3. If we compare that to this year's pole time, it's much faster actually. It's, just give you a reference, F1 Bahrain 2019 pole lap, pole position. Actually, sorry, I take that back. Charles Leclerc beat me, by still half a second. So I've got half a second to find. But, you know, okay, right. It may not be the pole, may not be the quickest time, but put it this way, it's still a pretty good lap. If we did a 1:28, let's see where that would get us. A 1:28.3. I imagine it would be top 5. Yeah, it would be. It'd be actually 5th. It'd be about a 10th behind Bottas, 2 tenths behind Hamilton. So, right, that's a realistic then time for a Mercedes. Is it a realistic time for a Ferrari? Maybe a little bit more would be done by Ferrari. So, yeah, you know, in the Mercedes, we're certainly good enough for 5th on the grid behind Hamilton. So I think we're not going to be in Mercedes' job anytime soon. But yeah, you know, obviously that's time. Then obviously, you know, that's the lap. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Until the next one, guys, which will be Chinese perfect lap video. Until then, guys, next Thursday. See you all next time.